Blah blah blah, important stuff before I need to start the video. Hello everyone, I am the Blaziken Demon, and today I'm telling you guys about all the Pokemon from 3rd Gen that I love. Now you're probably wondering, which of these Pokemon could I possibly go through? Well, number 10 on my list is Torchic and, well, honestly it's just Torchic and Grovyle. Torchic and Grovyle are amazing to me, and I hope you guys notice that none of these images are mine or video. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that before the video continues. I did put a disclaimer thingy in front of this video, so hopefully that caught your eye. But Grovyle, English words. Anyway, Grovyle and Torchic are by far some of my favorite Pokemon from 3rd Gen. They're so low on the list because there's so many that I just love from 3rd Gen that it's kind of hard to describe them all. And even though, you know, I don't really care for Sceptile's design too much, but hopefully everybody in the world won't hate me for that, right? On to the next Pokemon. At number 9, we're going to be talking about Flygon, because Flygon's another one of my favorites. Not only was it one of my Pokemon that just kind of got me from place to place, it was by far one of the most interesting Pokemon that I had ever caught. Mostly due to the fact that when I had Tripinch, I didn't realize that Tripinch would evolve into such a powerhouse of a Dragon-type Pokemon, plus Dragon-type, plus Ground-type. It was a very different combination on my actual team. Not only that, it was kind of funny. It looked like it had goggles, and it still does to this day. But for some reason, he is always just been one of my favorite Pokemon. Not to mention, did everyone else call their Flygon Goggles? Please leave a comment below if you actually did have a Flygon and you named it Goggles, because I know I did. Also, Salamence, get out of my video. He's not in this. Womp womp. At number 8 is Glalie. Now, Glalie is probably an oddball, actually, out of me picking Pokemon, because it was one of my... Because it was one of my first Ice-type Pokemon, because I found a Snorunt in an ice cavern, and I was like, oh, this is a bit strange, I don't know what you do, and then I was like, oh, okay, you're an Ice-type Pokemon, and even though in Gen 2 there was Ice-type Pokemon, Glalie was by far one of my favourite Ice-type Pokemon, only because it could learn also Explosion, which I thought was pretty hilarious because it's like a Voltorb joke, I guess. But I don't know. I just really like the design of Glalie, and Glalie just being a loving, like, creature. I don't know. Not to mention Frostless. I ship it. I ship it hard. And number 7 is Marlo. I don't know if I said Marwell right. Marwell? Not Marwell. Marwell is amazing. Aside from not only being a steel type, it was just wow. And 3rd generation, I didn't actually have plans to use Marlo, except it was one of those Pokemon that every time I found, it was super hard for me to catch. I don't know why. It was like a struggle thing, but in 6th generation, I was super happy to see that Marlo actually had a Mega Evolution, and it made me want to use her again. Or, I mean, it can go both ways in Pokemon Universe. And it turned out actually very well using Marlo like this, because I mean it ended up being more of a defensive powerhouse than anything. The majestic Absol. Now you're probably wondering, why would I pick an Absol to be on my number 5? Well, Absol was also another Pokemon I didn't really use on my team. However, seeing the Pokemon in action in movies and the show made me really respect the Pokemon, and not only respect the Pokemon, but also just have a very soft part in my heart for it, because it kind of like it reminds me like if an Eevee took a different route, I guess, and kind of went emo. I don't know, it's kind of going through a weird phase when I really like this Pokemon, but I'm happy to see that he has a Mega. I mean, that always turns out well, yeah? Oh, Argon, Argon, Argon. Now, whatever am I going to do with this guy? Argon was not really. Also, Argon wasn't really an ideal Pokemon on my team in 3rd generation. However, the design of this Pokemon made me fall in love with it, because it looked like a metal dinosaur, and I was like, awesome. However, when I did finally get around to using Argon, not only did I fall in love, I fell in love with the fact that it could learn ice moves and electric moves / thunder moves. I don't really care how you say that. But not only those moves, he could also learn water moves, which kind of made me want to use this Pokemon more in later events. On to number 4. Swooshing in at number 4 is Milotech. Now, I just want to say, everyone obviously knows I love Milotic. Milotic is a Pokemon that I always wanted to use in my Gen 3 Pokemon encounter. However, I couldn't figure out how to actually get Milotic until it was too late and I had already beaten the Elite Four. My team had already been settled. However, I did go back and get one and brace Beauty up, and boosh bam boom, I had a Milotic. And to this day, I still like to use Milotic, not on my main team, but as a, how do I say it? Like, if you're playing a deck of cards and you have like a side deck that you can, supplement in, I like to use Milotic as that, mostly because I really love Milotic's design. It reminds me of like a serpent mermaid mix, plus it's like so kawaii. So, how many of you knew Mudkip was going to be on the list? Mudkip, definitely. Mudkip all the way as my third favourite Pokemon. When I picked my starters, it was very hard for me to pick a Pokemon. However, I always wanted to pick Mudkip. Of course, I didn't pick Mudkip because everyone knows what I picked for third generation. However, Mudkip was so adorable. It was super hard not to pick it. However, I wasn't really happy with its evolutions. Mudkip itself was super duper adorable. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Mudkip's just too adorable. I mean, honestly, I don't think I could throw this Pokemon into a battle. I never used it on my main team, and it was one of those Pokemon that if I caught, I didn't want to throw it in battle, because I actually felt sorry for the little guy. Just look at their face. Just look at it. Look at their derpy face. Number two is Ralts, because every time I start Generation 3 video game, or when I ever play it, I always pick Ralts. Now, it's not just Ralts at my number 2, it's also all the evolutions of Ralts, like Carlita and Gardevoir, because I love all 3 of those evolutions. I don't really care much for Glalie, but Gardevoir, oh my gosh, and freaking Carlita, come on. These guys right here, they're so powerful, and not to mention fabulous. They're just absolutely amazing. Like, I feel like you couldn't go wrong with the design either. The design of them is so basic that it's not basic. It's so amazing that it doesn't have to be amazing. It's just like it's an automatic fan favorite. Not to mention its moves are amazing. Not to mention I know a lot of people didn't, but I really like the fairy add with the psychic type on Gardevoir. Not to mention Gardevoir is just wow. I mean, in many different ways. Wow, I just made this very bad and awkward for everyone. You just look at the kawaiiness. Gardevoir does resemble a human a lot. However, Gardevoir can also be weak at sometimes, which is kind of sad. Okay guys, well, now time for number 1. And give Gardevoir a smooch. And for anyone who knows me, obviously, and no, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. No, viewer. My Blaziken is not related to Blaziken. Blaziken, Torchic, and Combustion are all 3 my number 1 favorite from 3rd gen. No, that is not how the origin of my username was made, or nor my comic book character. I just wanted to make a character named Ice, and then I was like, oh, Kin. So I was like, Icekin. It made a perfect sense to me, and then this game was released and Blaziken was there, and then everyone assumed, including my friends, and it's kind of hurtful because I actually have a lot of friends who can vouch for me. I did come up with Iciken before Blaziken was a thing. So please don't start with the things on that. Anyway, Torchic was my first Pokemon. I was like, it's a chicken, and I was like, man, you can grow up to be something cool, right? Because you have no arms. And then it's just like out of nowhere, it's like, boom, I have arms because I am Combustion. And then once Combustion, it's Blaziken. And Blaziken was, let's just put it this way, Blaziken's awesome. Blaziken can like fly super high in the air and stuff. I mean, guys, come on. It's a, I mean, I'm honestly not gonna lie. When Blaziken was introduced right at the Gen 2, the ending of Gen 2, it blew my mind because, oh my, if anyone was watching the show back when you were younger, Blaziken pops up to fight the other person. I couldn't remember who it was. Was it Gary's Blastoise or was it Ash's Charizard? I think it was Charizard versus Blaziken, but it wasn't the last fight. But that guy ended up winning. I would actually like to see that guy return. However, he definitely, Blaziken had sparked a revolution in me, and I was like, the next generation, that Pokemon's going to come out, and I'm going to get that Pokemon no matter what. Not only can it fly super high in the air and do all these amazing things, I mean, it can jump up to 40 something feet in the air, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Not only that, Blaziken's Mega Evolution just makes its attack and speed even stronger, and Blaziken will always be one of my favourite Pokemon from Hoenn League. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!